Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, Middle East and Asia. Good morning, Europe, and a very early good morning greetings to the Americas too. From wherever you're joining, we're happy to have you with us today. I would like to welcome you to our TaiyangNews Distributed Solar Conference, tagged Optimizing PV Power for Homes and Businesses. The event is organized as usual by our team in Asia and Europe. My name is Michael Schmela. I'm the managing director of TaiyangNews, all about solar. If you don't know us, we're a news platform with a focus primarily on PV technologies, and we publish regularly reports, which you can download free of charge on our website, and technology online events. So, first of all, let me say thank you to our several industry supporters that are supporting this event. Without these sponsors, we couldn't do it. So thank you to all of them. And if you are enjoying our events and or our reports, like to sponsor, speak, or advertise, please get in touch. My colleagues are happy to help you in this regard. Just a few words on housekeeping. So nothing complicated. This is an online event, but you see the chat actually here in Zoom. This is an important tool for us. Please use this discussion room. Use it actually for questions, but use it also for comments. This is the way we can interact and make our events more lively. It usually works quite well. The speakers usually stay online, and they are also then also answering your questions. Yeah. Okay, so distributed solar. So we had an event like this, also called Distributed Solar, a year ago. And that was simply because we wanted to put the spotlight also beyond and cells and modules. That's our bread and butter, if I may say so, which are also obviously the most visible and still expensive part, even if prices have dropped dramatically in a solar system. And that's why they're often also called the heart of a solar system. But it's great to see how much developments have been happening also on the balance of system front, in particular storage, inverters, and software more and more. So the brain of the system is the inverter. It is quickly getting smarter and smarter, also in combination with storage, so to keep the power flowing when the sun doesn't shine. So the motivation for homes to go solar simply increases day by day, with increasing electrification of, we know all that, individual transport, and now more and more also in many parts of the world, heating with heat pumps, simply because consumers want to become less dependent on fossil fuels and volatile pricing. So if you look at the stats around the world, you can simply see that the number of distributed solar is growing quickly. So in Europe, nearly 2/3 of new installations were rooftop system last year, and even in China, the world's largest market by far, distributed solar, the distributed solar segment also covered almost half last year. And it has been also continuing strong in the first few months of this year. At the same time, we are seeing then in these markets capacity issues in distribution grids. In the past, people were usually looking at transmission grids, but there's also challenges with these distribution grids, and regulators have recently started looking into that, and we're seeing also solutions coming in, like markets for dynamic tariffs and other solutions, simply to more intelligently steer demand and supply. And what's also interesting is, and I think we have to look into that even though the big push from the energy crisis has vanished. It's not there anymore. Prices have come not fully back to normal, but dropped quite a bit from the peaks we've seen in 2022, 2023. But we are seeing also that regions are passing solar rooftop mandates, like here in Europe. Recently, a directive was passed, and this will obviously also further support the rooftop boom, because and the driver here is clearly that governments simply want to see solar attached to buildings to save on space. So as so much is happening, we've extended the event from 1 day last year to 2 days, and we want to dedicate one to the residential segment, that's today, and one to the C&I segment. We just briefly go through the agenda. Today on the residential day, we will start with a presentation from world-leading market research company EUPD Research, which closely follows the distributed solar and storage market developments with their installer monitor, among other products they have. We will have 3 leading module makers from China, LONGi, Trina, and DAH. They will look into different aspects for rooftop applications, from design, efficiency to quality and performance. We also have an inverter and battery manufacturer with manufacturing facilities both in Germany and China. It's RCT Power. And with Tisan, we have a Chinese producer of microinverters and batteries, which owns a technology approach that's very interesting, especially here in Europe, where we see a pretty new but strongly booming plug-in solar segment, which we call, in Germany, where I live, balcony solar. And then the final presentation, and I think that's also great to have, will be given by a startup. And this startup, LivePower was a finalist in Solar Power Europe's Solar Startup Award, where I was part of the jury. And LivePower offers a very clever and nice to use software to help users optimize self-consumption while enabling also sales to the grid when it makes most economic sense. After the presentations, we will have a half-hour panel discussion where we will simply conclude what happened with representatives from EUPD, Tisan, and RCT Power, and simply discuss what we've learned today, and also simply look into what's going on in the market today, how are the business developments, and simply what are the trends. So